Okay, so I'm going to move the map. So the last game we arrived on the Selzorn station. So we arrived on the station. At the very beginning of the game, we kind of broke off. So my character met with Sam the Twi'lek up in the droid shop up in the top left corner. He basically came and asked if he had any work or anything I could do for some extra credits on the side. And he let me know that there's a long face on in a room on the ship called Deep Storage that needs some droids repaired. And Sam the Twi'lek basically offered my character if he would go down and fix the droids for this long face character down in Deep Storage, he would give us a protocol droid. Okay, then that takes us. The next person was Colin, and Colin went and headed up the Sabak Lounge to the right of the cantina up on the top, and he beat the pants off of the stormtrooper. So he played a couple rounds with him. Then a female, he could note that she was dressed more fancy, and so he just kind of assumed she might be either a loyalist or maybe worked some job with the Imperials. So he played her, and he lost some money to her, and basically he wound up 200 credits ahead. Then he met with her in the bar. They got a drink, and he was doing something to impress her, and he ended up getting water coming out of his nose or something.
It doesn't look like that one went too well.
Yeah, so that's what his character did.
That wasn't the highlight, apparently. Everybody else was like, what? And he kind of just shrugged his shoulders and didn't say anything.
So,
Pointed off.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and introduce my character. You guys might know him. He's the Chiss. He's kind of got, he's got if you ever start talking to him about what he's passionate about, he can't seem to understand how the Separatists lost the war, especially when they had all those droid armies and stuff. So that's some kind of rant he kind of goes off on. Since I talked about Colin, you want to go ahead and do a short intro on your character and kind of the highlights that you perceived from the previous game with your character?
Oh, well, basically we got into this fight, trying to meet the contact, the woman, I can't remember her name.
Maya. We met a contact Maya.
And apparently they were Imperial, whatever, dressed up in normal clothes. And then I went to go to the security station to kind of get our name cleared. I ended up getting arrested.
Nice.
And everybody was staging this big plan to break me out. And I'm like, no, guys, I got this. And then once I came out, they just released me. And then there was a stormtrooper standing there, like we were trying to talk or whatever. And the Maya was in the background, and she was getting worried because there was a stormtrooper there. And I just kind of looked at the stormtrooper, and I'm like, leave. And he walked off and left. And then some of the people was kind of like looking at me like, how did you what? And I just kind of shrugged my shoulders.
Well, I need to throw in here. Did you say how old your character is?
15.
Yeah. That is kind of an important part to this story.
And is the one who hits on every single woman we encounter.
That's expected.
And also,
So does he freaking get like 2 black dice on every charm check for being 15?
well,
I love
you did not see what he's wearing. Why don't you go ahead and describe what you're wearing so you don't have that 2 black check?
Oh, yeah, Noble Regalia for House Prodigy.
So he actually looks like he belongs on Blue Deck of this station. Okay, one thing you forgot to mention, Stormtroopers searched him and came up with nothing. The Stormtrooper really botched and did not notice his comm, his holdout blaster, his identification. All that was left on him when he was in the jail cell. So that's how he was able to communicate with the team outside. You wanna do a little intro of your character, and maybe something.
Well,
yes. Just tell us a little bit about your character that our characters would know, and then kind of your highlight of the last game.
I'm the killed our pilot. I'm here to drive you anywhere you want, so just ask, you go there. And basically, I'm just sniffing around, trying to watch out for imperial activities. And we've learned some pretty shit. There's an imperial victory class destroyer in the system, so gotta be careful about that. And the blue deck Jeff mentioned is the imperial part of the station, with no aliens, they're all slaves. And as for the highlights, we kinda killed some poor innocent guards just later on. We're going in the let's say not abandoned part of the station, but
The
with all
promenade. The promenade section. The promenade section.
yeah, promenade section, where we had to jump across a hole and came across 2 Gamoran guards who just wanted some cash or identification. I don't even know. We killed them without knowing what they wanted.
Naturally.
Seriously, guys. Oh well.
Oh,
And
and
then,
the important. Oh, go ahead.
No, just go. I finished.
And the important thing that we forgot about was we found where the cargo was being held and what the cargo was.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically you want me to finish or you go ahead?
Go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So make a long story short, that deep storage that my character was told to go to in the first place from Sand the Twi'lek. Where is my, oh, there he is. Okay. So basically I moved us to that map and we made our way through. So over here, there's the dead Gamarina guards. No one had any dots or skill rankings in xenology, so no one could understand what they were wanting. So there was a fight that ensued. Then we get in here, we find deep storage level V14, and our contact is Switch, who we found out through Maya, who, one thing we forgot to mention, when they rescued Maya from the 2 Imperial agents that were dressed up as civilians, but they were wearing the exact same outfit, which kind of made them stand out a little bit. We basically saved Maya, but we basically saved her from bleeding to death, from a bleed out critical room, and she had a contact Switch. We meet Switch, who happens to be this black protocol droid up here. And he has an eccentric R5B8 that seems like he's out in his own little world and just kind of beeping silently or quietly, while the well-mannered Stitch, who sounds almost like an Imperial droid with the British accent, talks to us and offers our cargo for some money. After some negotiation with Colin reduced the price for getting the information about where the cargo is being held for Maya. Finds out that it's on Blue Deck in exchange for 200 credits and a space chart to an unknown region of space. Right as soon as business concluded, and Switch told us the location of the cargo, which happens to be in one of the cargo hold areas on Blue Deck. This gangster, I can't read his name now.
And what is that
Gang
stuff
galore.
called that Han Solo was in?
Carbonite.
Carbonite.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's somebody in Carbonite.
Yeah, so it's a Carbonite container. Then Gangster Lauren we bust in with his goons. They line the wall, and then he's like, "Switch, I'm tired of you cutting me out of all your deals. I'm coming to get what's mine." And that's kind of where we left it.
With one important note.
Yes.
We want to get rid of these guys that just busted in, but we want them to kill enough of the Switches guys people so I can walk up and take the star chart and 200 credits back now that we got the
Not only the star chart. Not only the star chart.
Now I have
Everything.
I have a question though. How are we going to discuss this without people overhearing us? Because we talked about it out of character, but in character, I don't think we've actually huddled
Oh, I
anywhere.
just figured it would be
Don't
through
worry about
comms.
that.
We don't have to talk loud through the comms, and the other guys have it in their helmets.
Okay. Well, my character doesn't have a comm.
Yeah,
Oh.
who has a comlink equipment?
I think all the ganks do, and I know I do.
So half the team got one in.
And you do know that my character is like a droid specialist that builds droids. In fact, he built a droid. I think it was one of the bonus sessions we were doing. He basically took the parts from an OOM security droid and turned it into a protocol droid programming.
Until we kill all those guys, all Stitch's guys, and then Stitch goes all General Grievous on us.
Okay. And so that's kind of where we are now. Please stay tuned for our next video, where we find out what happens to the group in this Mexican standoff between Gangalore and Switch's men.